In the previous episodes, we talked about what forges human lives. We talked about how money quietly influences all of these forces. And we talked about how to derive your financial goals. Now comes the next step, financial strategy. And before we begin, let's be clear about one thing. We are not talking about boardrooms, or presentations, or complex discussions in double Dutch. You don't need that kind of strategy. As a Zen poet once observed, you don't need an axe to pick a flower. Before anything else, just two simple formulas. Income minus expenses equals surplus. Income is what you generate from your day-to-day work. Salary, business profit, plus what you receive from other activities. Rent from property, bank interest, investment income. Expenses are what you spend on essentials. Rent, groceries, electricity, children's school fees, plus nice-to-have expenses, and yes, luxury. Luxury is not bad. Now one more idea, cash margin. Cash margin is everything you receive plus new debt minus everything you spend and debt repayment. We are not discussing cash flow yet. It's too early for that. This is only to remember one thing. Everything you receive is not income, and everything you pay is not an expense. At this point, you might be expecting formulas, the 70-20-10 rules, and similar prescriptions. I don't write prescriptions. I studied standard financial strategy models for years at university. They were intelligent. They were elegant. None of them suited me. And that already answers the question. Your financial strategy is simply your realistic plan to reach your goals. Nothing hard-coded, nothing universal. Long ago, I met a Scandinavian tourist on the beach near my ancestral home. I went to warn him about the unpredictable wave patterns there. We ended up talking. He told me he and his business partner run a photo studio somewhere in Northern Europe. They work for 6 months. At the end of that period, they split the year's profit. Then he travels the world for the next 6 months. When he returns, his partner goes traveling in turn. Many finance gurus would call this a blunder. It fits none of the book formulas. But to me, it was perfect. It was planned for their goals, aligned with their lives, compatible with their priorities. They are unique, and so are you. Humans are astonishingly unique. So let me ask you something. What is your financial strategy? And if the answer is, I don't really have one yet, that's okay, because a real financial strategy is not bought off the shelf. Think of it like forging a katana. A katana takes months to forge, not because it is slow, but because it is precise. The metal is folded again and again, not to make it beautiful, but to make it suitable for the person who will wield it. A katana is not universal. It is personal. That is why it is effective. I spent years studying financial strategy models. They were correct. They were elegant. But none of them fit me. And that taught me something important. Do not cut your feet to fit the shoes. Build the shoes that fit your feet, your income, your risk tolerance, your responsibilities, your temperament. Financial strategy is metallurgy, personalized, slow, intentional. Anything else will hurt you in the long run. So if you don't have a strategy yet, don't borrow one blindly. Forget it. It will evolve naturally since you had watched this video.